In this video, I'll be taking a look at the Star Wars Ahsoka series Anakin Skywalker by S.H.Figuarts. So the box itself is pretty simple. You have this nice purple line on the side, the Asoka logo on it. On the other side, you have a nice promo pic of Anakin. It looks pretty good. At the top of the box, you also have that nice purple. Purple is one of my favorite colors, so I really do like that. At the bottom, you just have a bunch of legal stuff nobody really gives a fuck about. And the back of the box does look pretty good overall. A bunch of legal stuff, promo pics. It's a nice box overall. So taking him out of the packaging, he does not come with the stand, which kind of sucks, but either way. He does come with a insert for the back and the instructions, but nobody really reads those, so who really gives a fuck? As for the tray shot, it is a nice tray. All the accessories are laid out in front of you, and you get a good look at everything he comes with, which isn't a lot. I do wish he came with at least one other thing, which we'll get to in just a moment. As for the accessories, you do get 2 sets of hands, 1 set of open hands, 1 set of grips. You do get 2 extra interchangeable faceplates. You do have 1 full lightsaber with a peg in it. It's actually on him in the package. And then you do have this half lightsaber, and that is to go on any of the 4 lightsaber blades. You do have 2 red, 1 swooshing, 1 regular, and then 2 blue, 1 swooshing, 1 regular. I do wish he came with 2 of those little like half lightsaber hilts, so that way you could have just had him dual wielding lightsabers or give it to other figures. Would have been really cool, but they did include it. Like, how much would that have really cost? The figure itself is already what, like $80-ish? Would have been cool for them to include that. Even if it was unpainted, it still would have been nice. Now here is the full lightsaber. This is actually the one that was on him in the package. It has a peg hole to go into his belt, and it does have nice painting throughout, the blacks, the gold. It's just a really good overall lightsaber. It's nice. Now here is the full lightsaber. There's the blue one. The lower part is attached to this one out of the box and does look nice. The blue, the translucency is a really nice look. Obviously you can detach it like this and then attach the red one, and this is the exact same sculpt. As you can see, both of them, just one's red, one's blue. The nice silver on it is good, but again, I do wish it came with 2 of these lower parts. Imagine him dual wielding with the blue lightsaber, the red lightsaber, or just giving one of these lightsabers to someone else. Now here are the swooshing effects. Obviously the exact same sculpt, just one's blue, one's red, and the lower part does fit on both of these, and I will keep saying it should have came with 2 of these parts. Now as you can see, it's at an angle, so I thought I kind of broke it, but no, it's supposed to be sculpted that way. As for the red one, again, sculpted the exact same way, and you could move the part onto it. It is not a circle, it's supposed to be keyed in, so that's actually kind of nice. Now to interchange the faceplates is actually quite simple. You just want to put your thumb under the faceplate and then just pull up at an angle. Bring in the new faceplate you want, put it on, which, there's big ass forehead Anakin, and then get the hairpiece and just push it on. I recommend just pushing it with your thumb, and with that, it does fit quite nice. Now here is the faceplate out of the packaging. It does look quite nice. The eye printing, the scarring, it is neutral. The hair is nice and flowy. Overall, this is a really good faceplate. Now this faceplate is kind of weird. It's like half smirking, smiling. I feel like they should have just went full smile, but I think it's mainly for a particular like scene. But overall, kind of good. This is one I will not be putting on my shelf. And as for the last faceplate, it is his Sith head sculpt. It is really nice. The scarring, the eyes, the facial expression, it's really good. This is probably the one I'm gonna have on my shelf. I really do like this one, probably my favorite one out of the three. As for interchanging the hands, the right hand is quite simple. You do want to pinch it right at the wrist, pinch it when you're pulling, and when you pull, you do want to pull and twist at the exact same time. And then putting it on is actually the easiest part. It's really small, the peg. That's the kind of only thing that sucks with it. You can't really hinge it. I've heated up the left one, not really the right one, but do need to put some elbow grease in interchanging these hands. As for interchanging the left hand, this is even harder than the right hand because you can't really pinch it that well and you have to really get under the rope piece. But when you do it, it always feels scary. I do recommend heating up this one like I did, and even then it feels like it may break. Now, the sculpt on this figure is pretty nice. I do think this is reused because they did do a Revenge of the Sith Anakin a while back. Obviously, this is Asoka, so they didn't really do anything new, at least I'm assuming, other than the head sculpts. I could be wrong. Maybe certain things are painted differently. But, either way, I'm pretty happy with it. The sculpt, as you can see, is nice. You have the black parts. These are rubbery plastic. The head sculpts are, decent for what they are. You have this little back piece right there. The brown is very consistent. Obviously the legs are, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be different, but the brown from this plastic to this plastic looks pretty good, at least to my eye. Maybe on camera it's different, I can't really tell. One thing that does suck is that they didn't put a cloth piece. This is rubber. Now it does go over, so that way when it's in there, there we go. But that kind of sucks, even Black Series put a cloth piece in there, so Figuarts not doing it kind of brings this figure down. The arm piece right there, the hints of silver look good. It's a lot of browns, browns and blacks, which, him about to be Vader and stuff makes sense. The nice hints of gold and silver. And then right here, this is where the, this hole is where the lightsaber goes. You have these hints of gold. Back here, the different kinds of brown. This is kind of reddish brown, which you can't really tell. But overall, I think he is a nice looking figure, like sculpt-wise, if he's just going to be standing there in a different, pose. As for the articulation at the head, I believe you have a long-ass fucking dumbbell. Why is it that long? It's going up in the head, but I don't think it needs to be that long. But with that, you do get nice pivots. At least that. I love a good pivot on a figure. Obviously, you have a joint at the neck, so you get some beautiful pivot. Obviously, rotates. Looking up, pretty good, and down, phenomenal. This is probably better than the Black Series one. As for the shoulders, they move out that much. Now this one is sculpted different, so I'm gonna do that side too, and they move out about the same. I think this one a little bit more, which makes sense because it has this sculpted thing. Do have a bicep swivel, and you do have a butterfly joint, which I think works better than the Black Series. Black Series does butterflies, but they're like not that good. As for the joints at the elbows, this one moves in pretty good. Again, not as much as I kind of was expecting, especially from this arm. It does look significantly better than a Black Series, but I was hoping for a little bit more range. This one makes sense because it has this hood thing, which gaps up like crazy. So that does suck, and obviously it can rotate there since it's basically a single joint. As for the wrist pegs, these are on ball hinges, so these can be moved and configured whichever way you would like. Now, these are pretty tight, so that's one reason why I don't really like interchanging the hands, but either way. As for the torso articulation, it is just a ball joint, but you don't get that much range. You do get more forward, as you can see, than back, and it pops off pretty easy, but I would much rather have a joint pop off than break. But am I putting that right? Yeah, okay, it goes like that. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave that in just so you guys can see. It doesn't move that far back, but you do get some pretty good pivot. Okay, that's not good pivot. Again, better than Black Series slightly though, not too much. I do wish there was another joint up here. Even with this black piece, you would have at least been able to shift it around. As for the hips, they can move out all the way. Better than Black Series. And again, I keep comparing that because I do wish this figure was a little bit better than it is. Moving forward, really good amounts. So there's that. Back, not so much. And just like Black Series, there's no real thigh swivel in there. If I could lift everything up. It is, but it's kind of like McFarlane where it just covers the whole joint. So you don't get a traditional thigh swivel. That kind of sucks. As for the knees, these are single jointed, so you only get slightly more than 90. Now again, it does look better than a Black Series knee, but you don't get as much range as you can because it is just a single joint. I don't know why they didn't do double joints. Like, that kind of sucks. Does it rotate on there? No, it doesn't, which is also weird. As for the ankles, they do move up that much, down, pretty good amount. You do get slight pivots, and you do get some pretty good toe articulation. So overall, this figure's articulation is pretty good in my opinion. I do wish it was better, given how much did I pay for this, like 80 or something? I got it from Ami. I don't even remember. But I just wish it was better. Now, if I remember correctly, they did do a Revenge of the Sith Anakin a while ago, and so this is just reusing that older mold, which I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna get the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan whenever that goes up for pre-order, and these two will be right there on my shelf. Is it better than the Black Series? The current one, yes. I am recording this. Today's, I think, the 30th of April. May the 4th is obviously in a couple of days. So I think they're going to reveal Anakin and Obi-Wan on that stream. That makes sense because there's been rumors that they're going to do new ones. I don't know if I'm going to get them. So I don't need it because I have this one. And I do like the accessories that this figure comes with. But either way, this figure is pretty dang good. Here he is compared to the Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man and the NECA God of War Kratos. Here he is compared to an S.H.Figuarts Goku and a McFarlane Toys Batman. And here he is compared to the Black Series Darth Sidious and Darth Vader. He does fit pretty good. Again, Figuarts does scale slightly smaller than Black Series. Black Series is more 6.5. Figuarts is more truer to the 6-inch, sometimes even less than that. But I do think he fits pretty well. I compared to these, should have been a little bit bigger, but that's also just me mixing lines because he's going to be, for now, on my Jedi shelf, but eventually on my Sith shelf. Now here he is compared to the Black Series Bespin Luke and the Black Series Hoth Leia. These two figures actually fit pretty well with him. I feel like he scales perfectly with these, to me anyway. You might think something different, but overall, I do like the scale of these. I will say we do need a new Bespin Luke, whether that's from Black Series or even if Figuarts takes a crack at him. I just need a new Bespin Luke because this one's alright, and Hoth Leia, this version to me is perfect. And finally, here he is compared to the Black Series Padawan Asoka Tano and the Black Series Mandalorian Asoka. And he does fit pretty well with these figures. Also, given the fact that they're different lines, I do like the scaling of these. I do wish SHF would take a crack at the Padawan Asoka, from the series. That would be really nice to see. This one's good sculpt-wise. She just needed double jointed elbows and knees. That to me is what this Black Series Padawan Asoka needed, so I would love to see SHF take a crack at that version. As for the adult Asoka, I do like this one a lot, looks wise, like her standing there, but I do need to get either the Mafex or the Figuarts, because those to me just look a little better, and I think the articulation will be also way better. Now, what are my thoughts on this figure? It is a really, really good action figure. It is slightly better than the Black Series, but not by much. I was wishing a little bit more, but for the price of around $80, I got mine from Ami. I do recommend it if you get it for that price. Anything more, it's like, it's really pushing it, and I would just wait for that rumored Black Series Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. Now, I do wish the figure did come with an extra lightsaber piece. I've said that many times in this video, but how much would that really have cost Figuarts? Like a couple of dollars? Heck, even if it was $5 more, I would have gladly played it so that way I can have him dual wielding. But, you know, they had to let us down. Now, fuck off.